Hello friends, before we start the video, I want to tell you that if you like my content, you can subscribe to my channel. By doing so, you'll greatly help promote my channel. Thank you. It was a chilly night, and Caitlin was eagerly anticipating meeting Robert, the man she had been talking to online for weeks. She had heard so much about him and felt like she knew him quite well. However, when she arrived at the bar where they had agreed to meet, her excitement quickly turned to unease. Robert was not alone. He had brought along a group of friends who were all staring at Caitlin. The atmosphere in the bar was tense, and Caitlin sensed that something was off. As they began to serve her drinks, the group's behavior turned aggressive, and she felt like she was in danger. Caitlin's worst fears were confirmed when Robert and his friends started to rob her, snatching her valuables and money. She tried to fight back, but they threatened her with physical force. She managed to escape and called the police as soon as she was safe. The police arrived quickly and arrested Robert and his friends. They were charged with robbery and attempted assault and were sentenced to jail time. Although justice had been served, Caitlin was deeply shaken by the experience. She struggled to trust people again and felt a profound sense of loss. With the help of her friends and family, Caitlin slowly started to move on from the traumatic event. She learned a valuable lesson from the experience and vowed to be more cautious when meeting strangers online. Caitlin also started volunteering at a local women's shelter, helping other women who had experienced similar traumas. Months went by, and Caitlin gradually regained her confidence. She met new people and made new friends, but always kept her guard up. She continued to volunteer at the women's shelter, finding solace in helping others who had gone through similar experiences. In the end, Caitlin's story is a cautionary tale about the dangers of meeting strangers online. While it's true that many people meet their significant others online, it's important to prioritize safety and exercise caution. Caitlin's experience was traumatic, but she was able to overcome it and find love in the end. Her story is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the power of love and kindness. My opinion: reading Caitlin's story reminds me of the importance of being vigilant when meeting strangers, especially those we have only interacted with online. It is crucial to prioritize our safety and take caution when deciding to meet someone in person. In the face of traumatic experiences, it's essential to seek support and find ways to help others who have gone through similar experiences. In the summer of 2016, news broke in California about a man named Sean Banks, who used dating apps to attract and abuse women. The state was shocked when details of his heinous crimes came to light, and it became clear that Banks was a serial offender who had gotten away with his crimes for too long. Sean Banks was a 38-year-old man who lived in San Diego. He was known as a charming and handsome man, with a smile that could light up a room. However, behind that facade was a dark side that he hid from the world. Banks was a sex maniac who used dating apps to find his victims. He created fake profiles on various dating apps and used them to contact women. He used fake names and photos to hide his real identity and lure women to meet him. When he met his victims in person, he used force to commit acts of violence. Banks had a history of mistreating women. He had previously been convicted of domestic violence, but he managed to hide this information from his victims and continued his crimes using dating apps. He was a master of deception and manipulation and knew how to get what he wanted. When news of Banks' crimes spread, women all over California became afraid to use dating apps. They feared they too might fall prey to this dangerous man. The police were bombarded with calls from women worried about their safety, and the media was filled with stories about Banks and his horrible crimes. Despite his best efforts to hide his crimes, Banks was eventually caught. Several of his victims reported him to the police, and after an investigation, he was arrested and charged with multiple counts of violence against women. Sean Banks' trial became one of the most high-profile cases in California history. Women across the state watched the trial with bated breath. hoping that justice would be served. The evidence against Banks was overwhelming, and he was found guilty on all counts. The sentencing hearing was grim. Banks's victims spoke of the pain and trauma he caused them, and their words resonated with the judge and jury. In the end, Banks was sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. The Sean Banks case was a wake-up call to women in California and around the world. It highlighted the dangers of online dating and the need for caution when using dating apps. It showed that even outwardly charming and handsome men can turn out to be sexual predators, and that it is important to check the identity of people you plan to meet in person. My opinion: the story of Sean Banks is a chilling reminder of the dangers of online dating and the importance of being cautious when meeting people online. It teaches us to be vigilant and to always verify the identities of the people we plan to meet in person. It's a sobering reminder that even seemingly charming and attractive people can have dark and dangerous motives.